Now we're recording. We've been talking about breakups, so I'm doing a giveaway. For the first time you break up, the first section of breakup is biological. So the greatest tool for because you're plunged back into being a 1-year-old, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait for it. I know people want to know what this tool is. I bet.
Just wait for it. Let's build the suspense.
I bet you could probably, knowing what you know about, alternative treatments, what would you guess would be, one of the most powerful tools to resonate to something that was nonverbal? How would you get at that nonverbal?
Well, yoga instructor would say yoga.
Uh-huh. That's later in the module, but if you say nonverbal, what is that's before verbal, before you can actually form words, which is
singing?
Vibration.
Okay.
Vibration. Okay. So one of the things that we know that have been calibrated to specific vibrations that actually speaks to the body, not up here, that's trying to figure out, why did they break up with me? Or that she was just a cunt. I don't even get it. Get her away.
It's all her fault.
Psycho. She's a psycho. Bitch is psycho.
Weren't you, sleeping with her best friend? Fuck you, man. It's all her fault.
It's all her fault. Bitch is psycho. Bad vibrations. Whatever. So to get back at that vibration, there are specifically the company who has done this, I think the best, is Young Living essential oils. Do you know what I'm talking about as far as the essential oil company goes?
No, tell me about them.
Okay, so Young Living has a kit of 11 different essential oils, like lemon essential oil concentrated. It's like maybe 2 ounces of it. So you only mix 2 drops with a carrier oil, and you would place lemon on your digestion. Right? So it's going to vibrate. It's going to sort of sync up with that part of your body that hums at that particular harmonic. And if it's all I can't do this, lemon comes in and goes, hey, dude, remember? It's like this. And it's like, oh, yeah, okay, it's like this. It's really funny watching this and then that. So anyway.
Yeah, so you're seeing the stream delay.
Yeah, so oils get to that nonverbal place. Every time, that whatever anxieties we have about abundance, there's an abundance oil. There's actually a feelings kit, inner child, calming, peace. Frankincense is a huge oil that comes in just the kit, the normal kit.
You're that one. I love that one.
Oh my God, frankincense is so earthy. It's very earthy, and then the magic wand in the kit, though, that I really think is called Copaiba. Copaiba is an anti-pain, anti-anxiety, and you put that smell on just on your throat chakra, your just throat right here, or even geranium a little on your heart, and there is just something, again, non-verbal, non-cognitive. Cognitively you can think, I don't really feel anything, but your body, all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I am calmer. I am able to sleep. Wow, I actually can eat. Holy shit. And those are really profound. Being able to have an actual tool that matches whatever your sleep, your appetite, your stress levels, your digestion, pain. They have one for pain away that you can just put on your jaw, because our jaws hold so much emotion right in this area, so it helps sort of you unclench. So that's really part of the early food touch movement type thing. So that creates that helps manage the crazy movement that's going on in your body, so that you can come back. The food is also a harmonic. So me and Chef V are creating a program for what to eat, 3 meals that you could just eat that week. Allergies. Everyone has different allergies.
Especially in Colorado.
Yeah, inflammation center. So most of the foods would be just antioxidant foods. I think one of the greatest drinks is carrot, ginger, and orange. If you can just they call it at Whole Foods, they call it like the fog buster or whatever. That's going to help with your immune system. So the first month of really detoxing from your relationship, and I do mean some people have relationships that just come to an end. It's just not going to work and it hurts. But there's other people that have been abused, beaten, really down. So that first month of coming out of it, the oils are so easy to use. You don't have to think about it. You just drop, place, drop, place. We'll be doing the videos on that. I'll be doing little tutorial videos on that.
How to and do it.
Yeah, how to. Like the potency level, if you want to mix it with something else, like what you want to do. And so these are some major elements of breakup rehab. So I guess since you do neuroscience, like...
Yeah, cognitive neuroscience.
Yeah, so food, touch, and movement are, again, the biology piece. But then we get into the other steps about having courage and having compassion and having gratitude. So those are more frontal cortex type thing. Can you say more about frontal cortex?
The prefrontal cortex?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the conscious cognitive where you're processing, making decisions. Mm-hmm. Anything in your awareness is in your prefrontal cortex, unless you're a teenager. Mm-hmm. And then it's 5 minutes, 15 minutes later. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to do that.
Delay.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Right. So what I want to say is there's a crap ton of, there's a lot of material on the internet about the no contact rule, how to get your ex back, quizzes if they still like you. And I've even in my distress, that's where people go to. Mm-hmm. And it makes it worse. It makes it worse. And what I'm saying is breakup rehab is the immediate relief. It's immediate within the minute you buy the book and you get the book. You're going to have immediate steps. In the back of every chapter, I put affirmations that you don't have to read the whole chapter.
How to start feeling better now.
You can just go right to that affirmation and just be cognitively repeating that and saying that to yourself. I am the master of my destiny. I will not let this stop me. Maybe I was stupid then, but I've learned now, right?
Yeah, begin reprogramming your
right
self.
There's humor, there's anecdotal stories, my stories and other people's stories. Names have been changed. But it really is this whole program where people don't have to waste their time anymore with article after article with trying to blame. It just gets right to the point, and the result of this is people having real clear ideas about healthy relationship. Finally. How do you actually have, when you go through breakup rehab and you see, I'm choosing for my parents, I'm choosing for my boss, I'm choosing for this other person. I'm not really choosing with me and my body. I'm not choosing for me. I'm not choosing the potent being I truly be. And then you're like, oh, holy shit, I can choose for me. And then the last step is creating the love that you want. Because when you start to learn how to do that, you do start to create those channels of the love you want.
But when you're in the middle of a breakup, it's kind of hard to...
Yeah.
Because you're I want that love.
Yes.
The one I had.
Yes. I want the one I had. I want to go back. I want old habits die hard. So that's a little bit of breakup rehab. That's a little bit of what's coming. That's what I'm going to be working on today, and hopefully we'll be doing some videos together and really be creating this home. Come home.
Well, and I know it can take a while to get, to break these habits, and it's a place to keep coming back to. I mean, there's a reason why people do AA all the time, is because they relapse and they have to go back to the support structure.
Yes, and it's based on that 12-step model. But I wrote it in the sense of love is not a pathology, right? There's an addictive part of us, absolutely, but love is inherently not right or wrong. It's neutral.
It's a force.
Yeah, it's an energy that carries us forward, and there's lots of seminars that will come and be born out of this. And
and just it's kind of occurred to me, and if we're sticking to the addiction model for a moment, you're like a paid sponsor. You know, it's like someone's going through a really bad thing, and you're like, you know what? I need a sponsor to get me through this. Someone to hold me accountable. Someone to check in with me.
Yes.
For a month.
Yeah.
I just need to get through this and make sure, like, when I do something stupid, they tell me and pull me back.
I appreciate you I'm saying that, because it's actually beyond just a sponsor. It's an education. Like, you can pay. I said this. You can pay like $45 to like a therapist and maybe get a couple sessions, and then you're good.
That's like once a week.
Right. Yeah. And that might just help you over the hump, and then you're good. But that's not going to be the rocket you need to completely break out of those old patterns.
Oh yeah, I've been going to therapist since January of last year.
Yeah.
And I've been spending 50. I mean, I was thinking about the other day. I have insurance, so she's 145 in this area, and I have insurance makes it 55.
And I'm roughly 250.
Yeah, and it's just like, therapy, and I get once a week.
But the construct around it is our time. So I think like people will often take out loans to go get an education because they know they're leveraging this time for a lifetime. And that's what Breakup Rehab is. You're leveraging this time and this money for a lifetime.
Well, because, it's your time. How long do you want to suffer? I mean, if I could have sped this process up in therapy, but therapy slows you down. And
12 weeks, like 12 weeks of your life. and you know, the program will be in the thousands. Like that's, the investment is proportional to the return. That being said...
Well, yeah, you're breaking patterns.
Yeah, 3 months of your life.
That's what it takes to make big change. 3
months of your life to dive deep into this program that you then have and can return to over and over and over. And it will evolve and grow, and you'll be an alumni of the program, and you'll be a student of Breakup Rehab, but beyond a student, you'll be somebody who will graduate the program and have so many tools to be able to like choose for you, to choose for you, to choose with your body, to recognize judgment, to be able to out-create judgment, and navigate relationship differently. And you know, a lot of people would be like, well, what, are you dating anybody, Rebecca? What's your thing? And I was like, no, right now, life has me in this, I dated somebody last year, and no problem, I dated somebody last year, thank you, confirmation. I was like, life has me exactly where it wants me. And but I promised myself 6 months of sobriety, of not dating anybody. I attended CODA, Codependence Anonymous, and February is my 6-month mark, and I'm like, okay, let me evaluate. Am I ready to be open to relationship? And I still don't think I'm completely ready. So it's like I need to go back and work the steps. Yeah, go back and rework the steps and be like, and the reason I say that is there's a particular relationship in my life that I want to clean up the most, and that's money. My relationship with money. And I feel like when I'm a better steward of money, that will then be something that will be carried out in all aspects. Because I tend to have shiny object syndrome.
It's so shiny, it's awesome, it's wonderful. Must have shiny.
Must have now. Instead of being really strategic about it. So let's end there. If anybody has questions and watches this, feel free to write in. Go to Breakup Rehab is sold on Amazon.com. It's in local Barnes & Nobles. Or if you want to go to the source, it's on newworldlibrary.com. They are my publisher. They also published Eckhart Tolle, Dan Millman, Shakti Kwan. So it's out for the world to read. And then the program, the enrollment will begin in August.
Awesome. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to upload this right now to your YouTube channel.
Okay.
All right, everyone. This is Rebecca Freedom. Check the comments.
David!
Namaste.
Anderson!
Star Touch. David Star Touch.
David Star Touch. Got it. All right. Sweet!